This is the Godly Place story of Harriet Tubman. We remember Harriet during the season of the color purple, or Lent. But we remember Harriet and can tell her story at any time of the year. Like right now, during the season of the color green. The great green growing season of ordinary time after Epiphany. Harriet was born enslaved. A white man believed a lie and thought that he owned Harriet and her family, the way that he owned his house and his clothes. Harriet grew up in a one-room cabin. Her mother and father had 9 children. There were always people everywhere. Harriet and her family were forced to work very hard. They had to wake up when their enslaver told them to wake up. They had to eat when he told them to eat. They had to do the hard, sometimes dangerous work that no one else wanted to do, like plowing the fields, tending the crops, and cutting and hauling logs. Once, when Harriet was only 6, she was sent by her enslaver to live at another plantation, away from her family. There, she had to take care of another enslaver's baby. The people there hurt Harriet, and they didn't feed her very much. Harriet later returned to live with her family again. Her mother would read her stories from the Bible. And Harriet's favorite was the one about Moses, leading his people through the water into freedom. Harriet wanted to do that too. One day, Harriet escaped, and she found freedom. It was a long and hard journey, but Harriet went back over 13 times to help other people find freedom too. Harriet was like a new Moses, but this new Moses was a Black woman, full of God and full of courage. Enslaving people is wrong. And so a war began in our country called the Civil War. Harriet knew that she needed to find a way to help. She said, "The good Lord has come to deliver my people, and I must go and help him." And so Harriet became a nurse. And she took care of soldiers who were hurt and sick. She also became a spy, and she used her cleverness and what she knew about the land to help the soldiers know where the enemy soldiers might be hiding and where they might go next. The Civil War lasted for 4 years, and it was terrible. But when it was all over, it was no longer legal. It was not allowed to enslave people anymore. Still, there was and is much work to be done so that Black people are loved by people in the same ways that they are loved by God. After the war, Harriet returned to live with her family. She knew that she wanted to keep helping people, and so she continued to care for the sick. And she also found other ways to help, like fighting for a woman's right to vote. Harriet was always a helper. But we remember her today as a new Moses, leading her people out of enslavement into freedom with God's help.